Right.
at the same level.
Right.
That's my argument. And I'm like, so when it comes to getting a pay raise, you have to make sure that they're not taking everything away from you just so they can continue paying you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tell them, you got to come up with another way to find your money.
Mm-hmm.
Other than taking away the school programs to pay us, because in this collective bargaining agreement or whatever, we teachers are going to expect a pay rate increase based on the cost of living, which means that you have to expect for,
You have to be able to finance it.
things to go up as well. So you need to manage your money better. You know
Right.
what I mean, that's as a teacher.
Right.
As a teacher,
I
I
understand.
would come to the school board and tell them, and then the teachers union to make sure they enforce it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I get it. I totally do. I get it. I wasn't before at first for some reason.
Because the problem is, I think, in my opinion, this is not like an outsider looking in. The problem is between teacher, student, school board, school union, is that a lot of people are fighting for their own. They're fighting for all the things that they want, and so what the school board is trying to do is, okay, well, we got to please the parents at home first. We got to bring results. Okay. Secondly, we got to please ourselves. You know what I mean? So with these results, we got to make sure people hear these results. Then we please the teachers. So ultimately, if everybody was like, okay, if you're saying teachers are responsible for the grades the students ultimately get, you have to make sure
Right, that the
you don't
teachers-
take my tools away to make sure that student's going to get.
I know. Isn't that something?
Secondly, if Johnny's stupid and doesn't want to learn from me, I'm not at fault
Right.
because he doesn't want to learn from me.
Right.
It's ultimately not my fault. It's the student's fault,
For not-
aka parents' fault, for bringing a child into the school that's not prepared to learn. And you need to recognize it for exactly what it is, and say
That's never
exactly what it
happened.
is. Because that's my problem with a lot of times with the school board. They don't really give the responsibility to the parent and the student the way they should. They say, well, this kid came into class to the school not prepared to learn.
Well, that's what the union was trying to explain, and that is we have to consider all these environmental factors that the teacher has no control over that affects a child's ability to learn, and that's what they were trying to bargain for in this collective bargaining agreement this year's. They had this, released this report called "The Schools Our Children Deserve," and that was one of them. Like you can't have these ridiculous goals. You can't make a teacher completely responsible for the success of a child. I mean, you can't. You just can't. They don't in other.
No. I don't blame the teacher for the student not learning. You know what I mean? Like not wanting to learn. It's one thing if the student wants to learn and he's not getting it. Okay, fine. There may be another technique that you can implement to help the student learn better for the teachers. But ultimately, if the student don't want to learn, he's not going to,
No, he does. He's not right.
It completely turns off, and it's easy for a kid to turn off.
Oh, it's super easy.
It's a lot harder as an adult to turn off because our imaginations aren't what they used to be.
Right. Right. True.
So that's where I was going to say, like, if you're going to raise the bar on what you want teachers to be able to do, you got to raise the bar on the students too. You have to.
Well,
and ultimately, when you raise the bar with the students, you're talking directly to the parents.
That's
You
exactly
have to
right.
talk directly to the parents and say, "Fool,
That's
what
why.
you were used to in high school, what you're used to in school, no longer works." Why? Because your parents used to whoop you. Why?
Right.
Because culture's completely changed. We are a culture that caters to emotional, whatever, da-da-da-da-da. Kids don't get beat no more, okay?
Well, no, they don't.
Kids don't get scared into doing things that they don't want to do.
See, I don't even think that's it, because I don't think that's a good technique. If nothing else works, but
Like, there's far less regimen implemented in children's lives these days than it used to be. Okay, which also means far less responsibility. So they don't take responsibility for the work that they need to do. So there's ways of challenging. You know, you got to challenge the teacher and the student at the same time. So as education is evolving to technological whatever, you got to go there too. You got to go there.
I mean, yeah, I don't disagree, but
Okay. So if you're gonna raise the bar on the teachers and say these students have to be reading at this type of level and performing at this type of level, you gotta up everything around the environment that caters to the teacher.
okay. So this is yeah. I mean, so yeah, absolutely. So this is the thing with that. Kids don't read, but if the success of a child's reading level in second grade has everything to do with how prepared they are for reading. And if they weren't prepared for reading at home, I'm not going to say they're never going to be able to be a good reader, but they're going to fall far behind their classmates. And ultimately, and somebody drew a really good parallel about this in a book that I was reading, ultimately what happens is a teacher, you know, once a kid is in a low reading group, you never see him move to a higher reading group. You just don't, because the ones who can read, they sit and they're reading on their own and they're, growing exponentially.
Right.
And then the ones who are struggling readers, the teacher works for them and they continue to struggle all year round.
Yeah.
And so,
it doesn't work that way.
right, no, because you only have, you don't have any other resources in order to move the kid. I mean, you have all the tools to diagnose it. I mean, you know when a kid can't read. How
So, I have ideas myself for helping children read. Obviously, I'm only thinking about one group when I speak of that, and that's black children.
because they're the ones who can't read.
Right. And I know there's ways that you can, shorten the gap in between, like the reading, whatever. And it's all about really parenting in the classroom.
Yep.
That's honestly what it is. And that's the only way they receive any type of achievement is by being rewarded by a parental guide and parental figure. As long as they feel that the teacher is like a parental figure, they feel like their achievements are validated by.
I think so. And when
Good job, Johnny.
Right. Please don't say. I can't have you say Johnny anymore. Because I had a Johnny and I hated him. Like I hated him.
Whatever.
But
I mean, Johnny was just a name.
I know, but I had a Johnny last year, and
you hated him because his name was Johnny.
No, I hated him because he was a space cadet who never had any idea what was going on.
Okay. Tommy there. Sorry, good job, little Tommy.
Really? You know what it takes is time.
I know.
And no teacher has time to teach someone to read. Isn't that a shame?
Well, that's why I was saying that little second grade kid who doesn't want to read, who has struggle reading, it's not getting it's not getting reinforced at home that, hey, you need to start reading.
Yep.
So when he comes here and you try to help him, you now have to take the role as a parent and the teacher
Right.
at the same time, which takes away from teaching, so on and so forth. It's never ending.
Yeah. I mean, all it takes is time. All it takes is 25 minutes of uninterrupted one-to-one instruction every day.
See, but I think with boys, they need a father figure.
Whoever, whatever.
Or not a father, but they need like a male role in there to.
I've been doing this for 9 minutes, hoping that I can catch him crawling forward, but I haven't.
He's breakdancing right now.
Yeah, right.
You should have saw him yesterday. He was on like one arm and one knee at the point.
Really?
I was like, whoa, dude.
Okay, we're going to need to get into the shower or do whatever we're going to need to do to get out of here.
Are we driving here? Okay.
We're driving, yes.
Yes, that's what I was asking. How's your mom getting there?
We're going to go pick her up.
Okay. 'Cause I was about to ask, what are we about to do about the car seat?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.